Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of Custom Figure Showcase, bigger on the inside, my custom TARDIS series. And we have today my custom Second Doctor TARDIS. Now, cutting to the chase, why am I showing you this? Why have I made this when we're getting an official version? So, I made this months ago. It's been on my shelves for ages. For those of you eagle-eyed viewers of my other videos will have seen it. So, I made this when we didn't have an official one, when I didn't know there was going to be an official one or anything like that. So I know some people turn around and say, well, this is a bit pointless, now we're getting an official one, or, you know, why have you made this when there's an official one? This was made long before we knew anything about an official one, so this is not pointless. This is not something that I'm now going to scrap, because I much prefer my official one, not to give Character Options their full credit. Their version does look absolutely fantastic. I cannot wait to get it, but obviously they are bound by limitations like budget and also what they can do that I am not, and so there are versions on mine that I have made changes which I prefer. But I just want to get it, make it clear that yes, I am aware there's an official one, but this one was made long before then, so the reason I want to show it now is just to try and avoid as many people as possible turning around and going, you know, we're actually getting an official one now. And also, just I don't want to go into mini rant territory here, but please don't take that as a cue to turn around and put in the comments, so you know we're getting an official one now. Joke, I've heard it so many times, it's not funny anymore. Anyway, sorry about that, mini rant over. Let's get on to actually looking at the actual TARDIS itself. So, it is the Second Doctor's TARDIS, and I personally have labelled this Power of the Daleks, but I am aware it does have some inaccuracies that probably aren't in Power of the Daleks, but I like to give it an episode rather than various ones. But truth be told, I did sort of take elements of various eras of the Second Doctor's TARDIS to build into this. So we have the new flatter base, which is the same one I've used for my 5th, 6th and 7th custom Doctor's TARDISes. I've printed off a new sign, which I've grubbed up a little bit. Obviously I've repainted the entire box and given it a little few sort of weathering streaks and things like that. On the front I have narrowed the signs slightly and put the white sign on the front and on the back, and then on the sides I've still got the black signs. I have also weathered the two bottom left and right window panes, the sort of frosted textured ones, just to make them look a little bit more different. And then obviously on the top as well you can see that I have redone the roof. So now the pillars extend all the way to the top, then we've got the slightly raised roof, we've got the lamp plinth, and then we've got a new lamp top as well. The lamp itself is made from just a piece of glue stick, and then the struts are just bits of wires that I've painted up. And then the only other thing I've done as well, although they're not clover shaped, I've added the door clovers, or whatever they're actually called, door catchers, I know they're usually clover shaped, over the door just to give them a little bit more difference. The doors do still open, that one does open, but it's slightly stiff. There's no catch on the door now obviously because I've had to change the base around and things like that. But it is one that I am very pleased with because it's come out a lot better than I thought it was going to. My original Second Doctor TARDIS, I've had several over the years in fact, my original one I did is actually what is now my custom audio series TARDIS. I really grubbed it up and made it look dirty, and it really wasn't that great. So I then decided to remake it, and I remade it into a much sort of darker turquoise, which again looked good, but it still looked a bit off. So I then repainted it, actually using a colour scheme from Twice Upon a Time, using that same sort of colour toned as the TARDIS that the first Doctor was using, that then became obviously the Power of the Daleks TARDIS. Used the colour scheme from that, and it has come out a lot better because it is a slightly different colour scheme to all of my other classic TARDISes. It just has a slightly different shade of blue and does make it stand out a bit more. The thing that people might know about this is the base I've used on this, as I said, I used for my 5th, 6th and 7th Doctor TARDISes, and I have sold copies of that, or there are copies of this base for sale up on my eBay and Etsy shops, and to that I will now, or very soon, be adding a second/third, because it can be used for both. I have used this same sort of roof on my 3rd Doctor TARDIS, which I will show eventually, roof for the classic TARDISes. Now this one does have a few sort of inconsistencies and bits around the edges. This is literally fresh out the mould, and I've sort of made some changes on this, so this is sort of the first test shot. It is going to look a bit cleaner than this when the final ones get finished. So I've got the roof, but then I also have the lamp cowling as well on the top I have also made, and I will be selling these together as another kit piece. I won't be selling the lamp itself or the struts because again they are just made of glue sticks or bits of wires. It was something I tried to do with clear resin to try and cast up a lamp piece, and I may still do it in future, but right now it is just something that is not the easiest thing to do. But I thought as glue stick and wires are very easily and readily available, it is something that people could do if they're buying, you know, the roof kits and things like that. The only thing that is worth pointing out with this roof kit is the one thing I had to do to fit this one, which is the original, is the inside of the roof of the police box will need to actually be trimmed down for this to fit. So it is worth pointing out that it won't just sit straight on top. It is something that will need to have the box slightly adapted. I just want to get that in the video because I know it's something that it is going to be in the listings as well, but it is just a point I want to make. But yes, these once I've perfected the final casts and sort of made them look a bit tidier, they will be going up on my Etsy and eBay shops. I will put an update on my Twitter, Facebook and community post to let you all know when they're up. But yes, I will be adding those, and then I will also be adding some more pieces later when I come to do my custom Third Doctor TARDIS custom figure showcase, because there's a couple of little differences on there which I'm going to add. But for now, that brings to a close another custom figure showcase bigger on the inside. So, as always, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Like, favorite, subscribe, share, it really helps me out a lot. Be sure to go to the description below for a link to my Patreon. I'm doing my very first figure animation and you can get involved. There's exclusive content and rewards for those who do so, and funding my Patreon in any way gets your name at the end of my videos. I salute you all, and I will see you with another video very soon.